These are the top 10 meme coins to buy right now in January 2025 for the rest of the year for this bull run. And it just so happens you can buy almost every single coin on this video today over on Coinbase at coinbase.matscrypto.com. When you do that, you're gonna get up to $200 of free crypto just for signing up to a new account and trading any of the meme coins I talk about in the video today. So really there's no risk, there's no gimmicks, there's no downside. This is a great offer from the best exchange in the world, which is Coinbase. Coinbase.matscrypto.com has my referral link and it will get you in on that opportunity to get up to $200 of free crypto. So go and check that out before we start. I have 4 honorable mentions in the video to start it off right here, but I wanted to talk about a couple of these because we talked about them in a previous video and it turns out I was exactly right. This is Peanut the Squirrel. This is a token that was really popular late last year as the elections were ramping up, but I said in a video back then, and I'll put it on screen right now, this coin has done numbers that I have not seen any other meme coin do in such a short amount of time. And it's probably because it's such a forefront cultural piece because it has to do with the election. I think this coin, I'm gonna put, and you're gonna hate me, I'm gonna put it in fade. The reason for that is that I think we've already seen the big movement on this coin. One of the other coins I can compare it to is Bodon back when the election started to get talked about. And that coin did insane numbers. Over time, as Bodon became less relevant, that coin has gone basically back to zero and it's dead. I don't wanna see Peanut do the same thing. $2.4 billion of money went into this coin in 1 week. We need to be very clear that we've missed the major pump, but with Peanut, I don't know. I think it's too based on recent events, and I worry that it could lose relevance over time. And so you see what has happened here. We're now at 26 cents. It was at $2.47 at all-time high, and when I made that video, it was probably somewhere around $2 flat. It's now down 90% from its all-time high, and this one to me was pretty easy to call out. At the time, people were like, Peanut, 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 one of the best new meme coins, buy this meme coin. This is a main point of this video. When you're looking for a meme coin, you need to look at the cultural relevance over a long period of time. Does the coin have staying power? Because almost all these coins we talk about, specifically with meme coins, they have no utility. There's really no purpose to have the meme coin other than pure speculation or for the culture power that they represent. And so it goes without saying that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This whole video is pure speculation, talking about coins that I like, and it's for entertainment purposes only, so please be careful and do your own research. So long story short, I said Peanut wasn't gonna do well because of those reasons, and well, I was right. So there are some other coins I do have to give actual honorable mentions to. The first one is going to be Mew, or Cats in a Dog's World. This coin has stuck around much longer than I thought it would, mainly because it was done as an airdrop. The full circulating supply was sent out to users as an airdrop initially, and so it's very well dispersed amongst many different people, many different wallets. Now, even though it is down roughly 60%, 65% actually from its all-time high back in November, this coin is still relevant. It does still have a substantial market cap of almost 400 million, and at its all-time high, it was over $1 billion market cap. So that really has pierced the level which we look for. If it hits $1 billion, either fully diluted or, you know, in this case, it's the actual market cap, which is even more powerful, that is a point at which it's on the map very much. $1 billion of capital is not a small amount by any means. And for a meme coin to reach that level, it means it has some cultural significance or some relevance in the space. Now, will it last for a long time? That remains to be seen, but I do think this one is worthy of an honorable mention. Similar to that coin, Turbo is the first AI created coin. There's a bunch of other AI coins that are out there now, much newer. There's gonna be a lot more that come in the future, but Turbo was, as far as I can tell, one of the first ones, and it does have a very strong community. Every video I post about that has memes in it, people ask about Turbo, people comment about Turbo, so the community is definitely there. It actually has exactly the same market cap as Mew, and it is a fully circulating supply as well. This one's down 60% from its all-time high. Now, you'll notice in today's video that almost every single coin we talk about, actually every single coin we talk about, I believe, is over a 50% down from its all-time high, except for one coin, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But all of these coins definitely are way off their all-time highs, which is again why I'm making this video right now to talk about buying these, because they're not at the all-time highs. You don't want to buy these things when they're at the all-time highs. If you do believe there's going to be an alt season and there's going to be a continuation of this bull run for the rest of the year, which is something that I believe in personally, then I do think these coins, many of them, will see their all-time highs again. Not all of them, but many of them will see their all-time highs again. And if that happens, we're looking at least, you know, a 2x upside on almost every single coin here, being that they are down 50% from their all-time highs. So Turbo is another honorable mention. And the third one here is MOG. This is a coin I actually had in a video a couple months ago in the top 10, but it's moved down to just an honorable mention because this one's really struggled lately. It's down 71% from the all-time high, and it did get listed on Coinbase. And like I said, if you go to coinbase.matchcrypto.com, you can get up to $200 of free crypto. This is one of those coins on there, but this one's definitely come down quite a bit. And I personally have never owned any MOG coin. I actually just didn't find this one to be one of the ones I wanted to buy. It's on Ethereum, and it now has the catalyst of being listed over on a Coinbase exchange. It's not currently on Binance yet, so that would definitely be a huge catalyst if it did get listed on Binance. But because it is on Coinbase, it already had one of those major, push-ups, and you can see what happened when it got listed on Coinbase. It did really well, but now it has come down much farther than where it was prior to Coinbase listing. Coming in at number 10, we have Popcat. Now, this is another coin that has done pretty rough over the last several months. You can see over the last month, it's down 56%, right? It was at almost $1 in the beginning of January, and now January 30th, we're down to 33 cents. This one's gotten hit much harder than many other meme coins. And to be honest with you, I do own some of this coin, and I am down quite a bit on it because it's not done well. Its all-time high is $2, and it's now at 30 cents. This one's down over 75%, which is really, really rough. However, I do believe this is a coin that hopefully will bounce back at some point. I do believe this is a coin that's memorable. It's got some staying power, some relevance. This was born back last year in February of 2024, and it's just almost a year old. Now, it's actually one of the very few coins that is not on Coinbase. You can see right here, it's not tradable on Coinbase's main platform. You can only trade it on the Coinbase wallet. But if you do want to trade any of these other coins, coinbase.matchcrypto.com, you'll get up to $200 of free crypto when you trade those coins. So this is a coin that I hope will come back, but this is definitely my last pick in terms of the top 10. I've put it here for a reason because this one's definitely much more of a high risk, high reward play at this point. Because it's done so much worse than these other memes, you have to question if it's getting left behind, if it's getting forgotten about, if it's getting traded out for other bigger memes or other coins. And because it's done so poorly, you have to question if it's ever going to come back. On the flip side, because it's done so poorly, there is a lot of room left to run back up to an all-time high. If it were to go back to its all-time high, that was just 3 months ago. If it were to do that and another 3 months from now go back to $2, you're looking at a 6-7x from right here, which is really substantial. That's a very, very substantial gain to go back to just its all-time highs, which we've already seen. That's not even setting any new all-time highs. So for that reason, the risk is high, the reward is high. It's a proper number 10, and that is Popcat. The number 9 coin on my list is XPX 6900. Now, I don't own any of this coin. It has a $1.2 billion market cap, so it's above that threshold of being on the map in our perspective. And you can see that it has done very well. It really did not do anything for the longest time, and then ever since Murad, which is an influencer who pumps meme coins, has talked about this coin as one of his top coins, it's done quite well. I don't particularly think this coin's gonna have a ton of staying power. It does have some cultural relevance, but I think it's almost too niche in the way that it presents itself. So this coin is in the top 100. It's number 77 overall right now by market cap, and it's got a $1.3 billion market cap, as we said before. This one's only down 26% from its all-time high because you can see it really had a pump up recently, and it just came back down from that all-time high price. This coin is still not listed on Binance either, so that is another catalyst that could push this coin a bit higher if that were to happen. But what I said before, this coin really just has a very, very niche type of marketing to it. It's very retro. It's very SSX tricky. If you used to play that game, let me know in the comments down below. It's got that vibe to it. And I just don't know if that's really going to resonate with new traders or retail investors as they come in. It just feels like it's very much advanced, crypto native, super hardcore degen type behavior to invest in a coin like this. I could be wrong. I think that's just how I feel about it. And I don't own any of this coin for that reason. I just don't see it being as powerful in terms of the bull market as other coins. Now, obviously it's got staying power. It's been around. It is only tradable on Coinbase wallet, right? Like I said before, it is not on Binance, and it's actually not on Coinbase yet either. But if this does get listed on either one of those, that's going to be a catalyst that pushes this thing further. So that's why I had to include it number 9. I just feel like it could have that bump, and maybe I could be wrong here. I've been wrong so far about it. When you have really credible people pushing these things super hard, they tend to stay around for quite some time. So SPX 6900 is at the number 9 spot. Coming in at number 8 is Floki. This is a coin that's been around for quite some time. It's been around around since last bull market in 2021, where it did a really, really nice, massive run up. And you can see right here, it's actually broken that all-time high in June of this year. But this is a coin that I have here specifically because it's stood the test of time. It is not as risky as some of these other coins are going to be. And I personally don't own any Floki at the moment, but I do think this coin's been around far long enough. It's still over the $1 billion market cap size, so it's still got relevance. It's still got on the map type behavior. The all-time high is 30346. So you can see right now where we're roughly a third down from that. If you were to get into this coin now and it went back to its all-time high price, it would be doing roughly a 2.5 to 3x from where we are right here. So that's very, very good upside, and it does seem like it's possible if the bull market continues that this could get back to its all-time high if and when meme coins run again. So this one's a less risky take, but a still really solid upside, and it's a coin that's been around long enough that you know it's got some staying power. Even though it's not the new hot coin, it is relevant and it is here, at least for the moment, to stay. The number 7 coin on our list here is Shiba Inu, which is very similar to Floki in my opinion, although it is much bigger than Floki, right? This one's got a $11 billion market cap. It was the second biggest meme coin in the last cycle. And as you can see right here, as of right now, it is still the second biggest meme coin by market cap size, and it is a substantial market cap at $11 billion. It's the number 17 coin overall. Now, just like Floki, you can actually buy Shiba Inu over on Coinbase super easily. All you do is come over to coinbase.matchcrypto.com. You go and type in SHIB, then you'll decide how you want to pay. You can pay with USDC, you can pay with your bank account, you can pay with a credit card, a debit card, or PayPal. All those options are available on Coinbase. You put in however much you want to buy, and then you click purchase, and you're done. If you wanted to buy more than once, like a recurring buy and buy every day, every week, or every month, you can also do that over here on Coinbase super easily. So SHIB actually peaked out in 2021, and it hasn't seen a new all-time high since that time, but I do think there's a chance we could see it go back to its all-time high of this cycle, which is in December of 2024. So roughly 2 months ago, it hit its all-time high here at around 0.33. Now that's actually a third of its all-time high, right? So it's a third of its all-time high this cycle. We're roughly 33 to 40% down from all-time high as of this cycle, and it's very far off its all-time high of last cycle. So if it were to go somewhere back to here, you'd see roughly a 2x gain. Now, if it were to go back to its all-time high of 2021, it would be doing more than a 5x from here today, which is a pretty great upside, but this coin does need a lot more capital to flow into it. What I mean by that is because it's got an $11 billion market cap, you need 5 times that number to get to a 5x, right? You need $50 billion of money to flow into this coin for it to do a 5x. That is significantly more than these other coins, right? These other coins we looked at so far, Floki's 1 billion, SPX 1 billion, PopCat 300 million. So that means that the $50 billion needed to pump this thing to a 5x is more than every other coin we've talked about on this list times 10. It's significant amount of money that needs to be put into this coin for it to do those big numbers. So I think it's going to be a lot harder to get to these all-time highs on this coin versus another coin like one we talked about like SPX or even in Floki, because these need a lot less capital to flow in. This only needs $5 billion to do a 5x from here. That's 10 times smaller than the amount of money needed for a 5x on SHIB. So for that reason, you could say that SHIB's a little bit of a safer play in terms of the risk to reward, but it also is a, less reward because there's going to be a lot more money that needs to flow in, and that could happen because it's a much more popular coin, but just know that it needs way more capital to pump this thing to a multiple of what you might want. And that brings me to number 5, which is Dogecoin. This is a very similar situation to SHIB in the fact that this coin has a $50 billion market cap, right? So this one's got to do a $250 billion inflow if this were to do a 5x from here. That is a absurd amount of money. Dogecoin is a top 10 coin. In fact, it's number 8 overall right now by market cap size of $50 billion. $50 billion is a lot of money, especially in crypto. So do not take it lightly how much money, how many people have to buy into Dogecoin for it to do really big numbers. Now, that being said, this is the coin that has the least drawdown out of all the coins we'll talk about. The all-time high, and let's just say the all-time high for sake of, comparing to other coins here, was as of this cycle, 48 cents. It's at 33 cents. So it's not down a huge percentage of that number. Now, the all-time high, true all-time high, was around 75 cents. So in that way, it's down over 50% from its all-time high. Because this coin is a lot older than these other ones, it's hard to compare them apples to apples because these new coins have only been around for a year or so. And so the all-time high has a lot less time to set itself versus Dogecoin. What I'm trying to say is that Dogecoin is definitely a safer play, but you can expect less explosive upside with Dogecoin, even though it is the #1 meme coin and it's probably the most popular, will be the most bought into the next several years, most likely. It doesn't mean it's going to do the biggest gains. So if you're interested in buying a coin that's got explosive upside, I would say Dogecoin's not your pick. If you're interested in a coin that's got less risk, it's been around a lot longer, and has a lot more money into it, would take a lot more selling or a lot more buying to move the needle, then this is the coin you want to buy. Now, all that being said, this is not financial advice. This is purely for entertainment, and this is purely my speculation. The number 4 coin is going to be Based Bread. This is a meme coin that's on Base, which is Coinbase's L2 on Ethereum. So this is a much riskier coin right here. It's below the $1 billion market cap, so it is somewhat near the map, and it actually was over $1 billion in December when its all-time high was at 21 cents. This thing's now back down to 8 cents, so it's come down a significant amount. This thing's down a huge percentage. We're talking over 70%. But this is a coin that I think has the exact opposite of what Doge has. This has a ton of upside, but it also has a huge downside. It's one of the smallest coins on this list. It's one of the most niche coins on this list because it's on a L2, which all these other coins are not. They're either on Solana or on Ethereum. And this coin is really basing off of a meme that has to do with people investing or being on the Base blockchain. So if people really adopt Base blockchain, like the L2, which a lot of people have, this coin could be the leading meme coin, and it is right now. I think this coin, I mean, if it goes back to its all-time high, right, its all-time high of 21 cents, we're looking at roughly a 3x from right here, which is a pretty good upside. That's not asking for too much because it's already hit that point, right? It's already hit that point recently, so it's not insane for us to think it could go there again. What it could reach, I don't know. I mean, if you talk about doing a 10x from here, right, 10x from 700 million is a $7 billion market cap. There are a handful of other memes that have gotten to 7 billion. Dogecoin, Sheeb, and Pepe have all gotten to a 7 billion. I guess if you consider the Trump coin a meme coin, then that also has gotten to $7 billion. So with that in mind, we'd probably say that 4 tops coins have ever gotten to a $7 billion market cap. So it's probably not realistic to think that Based Bread would get to a $7 billion market cap because it's not as commonplace. It's much more niche than these other meme coins. So I don't think that's realistic. I think a 5x from here would be a really good return. And I think a 2 to 3x going back to all-time high would be somewhat realistic in a normal case scenario. Now, the bear case for this one is obviously that it just completely tanks. No one cares about it. That's the huge risk you're taking with this coin. But I do think it's got to be on the map here. And I do think if you're looking for a really explosive coin this year, this is probably going to outpace other coins, assuming it has relevance and stays relevant. It will probably outpace other coins that are safer, like the Dogecoin we just talked about. Okay, our number 4 coin is a brand new entry to the meme coin list. I haven't talked about this coin yet because it's brand new. This is Pudgy Penguin's coin, Pengu. It is being listed as a meme coin. Now, I personally don't think it has the meme coin nature to it. I think that this coin is actually much more utility based than it is meme coin based, but I wanted to put it in here because it is down quite a bit. Since it launched, it's down 52%. When coins usually come out, they get sold off, especially because this one was done as an airdrop. They'll get sold off right away and they will tank pretty hard. The question is, do you believe in Pudgy Penguins, what they are, what they're building, what they've done? I personally think it's one of the best teams out there. It's one of the best NFT teams out there. Unfortunately, I don't own any Pudgy Penguin NFTs, but I do own some Pengu from a very small airdrop allocation I got. This market cap is still at $1 billion as of today, with it being at 1.5 cents. This thing was almost $3 billion market cap when it launched. So I do think it could go back to that point, and it could see a 3x from here in a realistic case scenario. The obvious downside here is this one's super risky, just like Based Bread, in the fact that it's much more niche than these other coins. It does have utility, so it doesn't have the pure meme culture, fueling it. It's got utility, and if the utility or the team doesn't perform well, the expectations could be worse. People might sell it off for that reason, as where other meme coins are purely driven by culture, they're purely driven by fun, and there's no team to have expectations set for it. It's purely based on what community and culture thinks about the coin. This one's definitely another risky play, but I wanted to point it out because it's down so much from where it launched that I think you could have a lot of upside from this point, being that things have gotten so crushed in the last month in terms of meme coins and altcoins. The number 3 coin on my list is going to be Dog Whiff Hat. Whiff is a coin that's been around for a little bit now. It's been around for almost a year. And this is a coin I called out back at 20 cents. I really did. I called it right when it came out. I could put it on screen again right here for you, just so you can see that I did point it out on a video live multiple times when it was under 20 cents. And I wish I bought more of it then. This thing went up to $4.84 in March of last year. And it is still at a $1 billion market cap, but it was as high as a $5 billion market cap when it hit that all-time high. Whiff is an interesting one. It is purely a meme that has had some cultural relevance for a while. There is a great motto with it, hat stays on. It's been used quite a bit throughout crypto Twitter, and it continues to get used in crypto Twitter. I'm starting to wonder if this is the end of it or not. And this is a point at which a lot of these other coins are at right now. This is why I'm making this video right now specifically. You have to decide if you believe in this thing or not, because I have a significant amount of Whiff. I really do. And I bought most of it around $1.50, $2. So I'm down quite a bit on my Whiff right now. This thing's down over 80% from its all-time highs. So you have to question, is this a really, really good buying opportunity, or is it truly the end of this coin and it's time to get out and move on? That is an answer I don't have. That is an answer we're going to find out in the next several months. And I'll be continuing to look at this coin because I own a lot of it and seeing what I think about it as we move forward. I thought this one had the Solana catalyst and the cultural relevance to really pump, and it did pump really well when it hit on Coinbase, right? It is on Coinbase. You can buy it over here. You can go over today and help its price out by buying $100 and then get up to $200 of free crypto at coinbase.matchcrypto.com. But this is a coin that I just don't know if it has it anymore. I don't know if the culture has moved on to new coins because there's so many new ones all the time, but it is on Coinbase. It is on Binance. Those two catalysts that we talked about when it first came out hit, and they both hit big, right? That price of the coin went nuclear. It's massive. It did from 20 cents to $5 is a 25x. It's a 25x clean from where I called it out in the first video last year, 3 months later. Super, super crazy run up. That could happen again. Will it? I don't know. There has to be some real cultural impact. There has to be some real bullish momentum that pushes this thing up. It's got to be reflamed, right? It's got to be reignited. And it could. I mean, it's done it before. It's gone from a much lower amount to a much higher amount than where we're at right now. There's no reason to think it can't do it again. The question is, do the people still care? Do the buyers and the holders of this coin still care? I'm still holding on to it. I don't plan to sell, and we'll see how it goes. I'm probably going to be riding this one to, a fraction of where it's at now, or a much higher multiple than this. I could see this one going to $10. I really could, but I could also see this one going back down to 20 cents. We'll find out what happens. The number 2 coin on this list is Bonk. This is a coin that's very similar to Whiff. It's also on Solana. It also has a $2 billion market cap. It's actually higher than Whiff. The reason I've moved it ahead of Whiff in this list, and I usually had Whiff number 2 overall and Bonk number 3, I've moved Bonk ahead because Bonk has been much stronger than Whiff has in this recent sell-off. In the last month, it's down 18%. Whiff in the last month is down 35%. You can see that there is a big difference in sell-off here between Bonk and between Whiff. In the last year, they're not comparable because Whiff was literally so low that it's still up a bunch from the last year. And Bonk is still up quite a bit, even though it was already a much higher and it's much older than Whiff is. But Bonk, I just think because it had less downside risk in the last, the recent pullback with everything, all these meme coins getting crushed, I have to believe it's going to be stronger when we go to the upside as well. And at the very least, it's a little bit safer of a play, or it feels safer because it's more decentralized. There's more holders of it. It's been dispersed through airdrops, and it does have some utility, so that probably will keep, at the very minimum, even if the culture doesn't keep it going, the burn mechanism and the staking mechanism of it could help keep the price a little bit more tame, as where things like Whiff have really gotten crushed. So even though these coins are very similar, they're both listed on Coinbase, they're both listed on Binance, they're both on Solana, they're both, long-standing meme coins as far as meme coins go this cycle, I think this one's a little bit of a safer play. And believe me, neither of these coins are safe. They're very risky, they're very volatile, they're very high risk, high reward. I do think the downside so far has been less than Whiff, and for that reason, I feel a little more comfortable putting it number 2 overall because it's done better in the tough times than Whiff has. The number 1 coin overall, you guessed it, it's Pepe. I've been talking about this coin since it came out. Actually, I've been talking about this coin since May of 2023 when I first made a video about it. It is up a disgustingly large amount since that point. Back here, that's where I started talking about this coin. You can see the chart. Even though we're down a ton right now, right? We're down from 0.28 all-time high to 0.13. We're down over 50% from the all-time high currently. We are still up thousands of percents from where I first talked about this coin back in May. I talked about it the day before it got listed on the Binance exchange, okay? Day before it got listed, and that thing, you know, at that point went absolutely nuclear back here. That little bump right there is actually where it went and got listed on Binance. So I've been talking about this coin for a long time. I bought into it a long time ago, and so I'm still way, way, way up. Even if you bought this coin last year, you're up 1,183%. Even with it being so far of a pullback, this coin has been the true winner of this cycle in terms of meme coins. And I actually still think this coin has much more room to go. If the bull run continues, right? This whole thesis of this video is if the bull run continues, if the alt season that we expect does happen at some point this year, I expect all these coins will be much higher than what I'm talking about today. And that's why I'm talking about them in the video, because I think they may be a good time to buy. If we have already hit the top and there is no alt season, there's no meme coin season, then these coins are going to be a rough ride. And that's just how this is. That's just the reality of the situation. But the one coin I feel most strong about is Pepe, because it has cultural relevance and it has for more than a decade. Even though the coin hasn't been around that long, the internet meme of Pepe is every day. Anywhere you go on the internet, you're going to see at least one or two memes that have Pepe the Frog in them. And that's why this coin is going to stay relevant for a long time. There is absolutely zero utility with it. There's absolutely zero team involvement or any catalyst left at this point for it to be listed on new exchanges, because it is over on Coinbase, and you can go and get up to $200 of free crypto. When you go to coinbase.matchcrypto.com and you buy any amount of this coin, you're going to get up to $200 of free crypto just from Coinbase's offer right now. This coin is just going to stay around, in my opinion, even if it's going to get beaten up and down. This to me is really the next Dogecoin. It is going to stay in the space. Dogecoin, even though it did a huge pullback from its last all-time high last cycle, it's still around. It's still a top 10 coin overall as of today. You know, 5 years after its all-time high or 4 years after its all-time high, it's still number 8. It's still a top 10 coin overall by market cap. I can see Pepe getting into the top 10 or maybe top 15, top 20 and staying in that area, top 15, top 25 for years to come. I genuinely think that's what this kind of coin is. I think it's here to stay, and I do think it's going to have some serious pullbacks, but I think it's a meme coin that's going to stay in the same way that Dogecoin has stayed around. Now, the one thing that's even better about this coin is that it's got a fully circulating supply, right? 100% of the total supply is circulating. All of the Pepe coins that will ever exist are already out there. There will be no new coins made ever. As where Dogecoin, you can see that there is no circulating supply cap. It's infinite. And as you can see right here, there's going to be 10,000 new Doge per block, meaning that every minute, 10,000 new Doge coins hit the market. 14 million new Doge per day is going to be into the market every single day for the rest of time, meaning that it's going to become harder and harder and harder for that price to go up, because it's going to need more and more and more buyers and more money. That is significantly different than Pepe, which already has all the supply out that will ever exist. So any new buyers that come in is going to move the price immediately. Any seller is going to move the price immediately. Dogecoin is always working against the clock. There's always new Dogecoin being printed, meaning that the price of Doge is continually pressured to go downward. You have to have new buyers constantly and holders that really believe in the coin long term for it to continue to have that new price. It might stay at a super high market cap of 50 billion or even $100 billion, but the price could still go down over time, even though the holders remain the same. So I really think Pepe has a much bigger advantage in that way, and it's culturally as relevant as Doge, in my opinion, at this point. It has been for a lot longer than Dogecoin. It's been around a lot longer than the Doge meme has. So for those reasons, and just because of how well it's performed so far, I think this is the best bet in terms of any meme coin you can buy. And right now it is 50% off of its all-time highs. So if you went back to its all-time highs of this cycle, it would be over a 2x from today buying. That's a really great gain on any metric. Anything you buy anywhere, 2x is huge. That's a win. And to have in a coin that I think is that culturally significant and culturally relevant, I think that's a really good play. And that's why it's my #1 pick overall. And it's also where I have the most money out of all my meme coins. In terms of my overall portfolio, Pepe is by far the biggest holding that I have. And it has been from pretty much day one, because it's done exactly what I thought it would. Now, reminder, this is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment. This is just my speculation. Please do your own research, and please be very careful when investing in any meme coin. Okay, those are the 10 meme coins I think will continue to do super well in the rest of this year, the rest of the bull run, as long as it continues for. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and go over and watch this video. I actually talk about 50 different meme coins. I list them all from top to bottom, best to worst, right here. Go check it out.